Baby, I need you and you need me. Women need men. Men need women. Women need women. Men need men. We have really allowed society to separate us, to divide us. We have allowed ourselves to say, you know what? I am so independent that I don't need another person. I am so independent, I don't need to depend on another person. Now, let me explain. Just give me a moment to unpack this. There is absolutely a need to be better for yourself first. There is absolutely a need to reach your higher self, to reach higher versions of yourself. But that does not go without saying. You need another person sometimes to reach higher versions of yourself. Relationships and connections, and I'm not just talking about intimate romantic connections, but connections in general are direct mirrors. They show us where we need to heal. They show us our flaws. They show us our weaknesses. They show us our greatest strengths. You know the saying, it takes a village? We are eliminating the village. We need each other. We're sitting here struggling. We have become a society where we rather suffer in silence alone than to raise our hand and say, help me, I need you. Listen, we have to get out of this. I'm so independent, I don't need somebody else. I'm self-made. No, the fuck you are not. We are all connected on a higher level. We are all connected to source energy. We need each other. We like to think that men carry masculine energy and women carry feminine energy, but the truth is we possess both, and there needs to be a balance. With masculine energy, there is a strength and assertiveness, this independence, this protector and provider, this leader mentality. And while that is okay, a lot of women have gotten to the point where they've had no choice but to step into that provider role. So they are acting in their masculinity and they're not able to exercise that feminine energy. The same with men. With that feminine energy, you have the nurturing, the empathy, the sensitivity. You know, we are expressing our emotions. We are seen as the caretakers and the supporters. But in order to have a successful relationship and connection, one must possess both masculine and feminine energy. There has to be a balance. We need to be able to have emotional intelligence to where we can express our emotions, to deal with our emotions. Number one, to identify them, to know how to handle these emotions, and then put them into a collective practical action. So what does that practical action look like? Let's take a look. First and foremost, you need to identify, are you operating in your masculine energy or your feminine energy? Now, the goal is to recognize this so that you can reignite the opposite energy, so that you can create a dynamic balance within yourself, and then you can create a dynamic balance within your connections and relationships. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are the man or the woman and you are the sole provider for your children, right? So that would mean you are probably operating majorly in your masculine energy. Reigniting your femininity would look like emotional vulnerability. It would look like allowing for deeper emotional connections, nurturing relationships, first with your kids, because that's who you're providing for, of course, with yourself, and then with someone else. You would need that rest and receptivity. You have to embrace moments of relaxation. Let me say this. Rest is not earned. Rest is necessary. It is a priority. And then you need to be more receptive. Rather than always doing or solving problems, you need to simply let go of the need to constantly achieve something, the need to constantly control, and just allow yourself to enjoy enjoying moments with yourself without doing a damn thing, and being open to receive. You cannot always be a provider if you're not willing to receive. Operating in your femininity simply means developing a greater empathy for people. So having a compassion, being a more attentive listener, prioritizing your emotional needs first, and then you can prioritize your children's needs, your partner's needs, or your friends' needs, whomever you want to be in connection with. So let's go and do that same example in reverse. So let's say you're operating majorly in your feminine energy and you need to reignite your masculinity. So this would look like you naturally leaning into that receptivity, your nurturing and emotional expression. So reigniting your masculine energy would look like you being a bit assertive, you exercising your independence. So you want to be a decisive decision maker, becoming more proactive about achieving your personal and family goals. This can mean taking initiative, whether it's pertaining to your career, your finances, or simply just your personal development. You want to be a goal action oriented person. So igniting that masculinity would look like achieving your goals, your health goals, using logic, using strategy, right? It would mean you don't necessarily have to be a leader, but simply having a balance where you are nurturing aspects of your life with strength and assertiveness. So you can keep that nurturing spirit, but you're going to do it with just a more assertive nature. You're going to make sure to have boundaries, setting clear boundaries, and making sure that you're creating structures in your life that support your needs, your well-being first. And then you're able to have a nurturing spirit and supportive spirit to others. So overall, it's up to us to reignite these opposite energies in one another so that we can begin having these dynamic duos. No one person has just masculine energy because you're a man or just feminine energy because you're a woman. Not everybody is out to hurt you. Not everybody wants to see you fail. There are people who are rooting for you. There are people who are wanting you to win. You have to release and let go of that old mentality. We have to release collectively the thought that I don't need you and you don't need me. Listen, baby, I need you and you need me. Okay. I mean, you gotta know we better together. I mean, really imagine what we could be. If you found this lesson helpful, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't be stingy. Share with your friends. And listen, if there's some specific topics that you would like for me to discuss, drop them in the comments. I got you. Peace.